They target homes and children's playgrounds. They don't care how many people are killed. Moreover, they want the number of victims to be as high as possible. Every day, Russian occupiers launch drones and missiles at Ukrainian territory with a single goal: terror. Every night the Russians attack Ukrainian territory with dozens, sometimes even hundreds of Shaheeds. And these attacks are becoming increasingly deadly.
Russian military forces have begun using UAVs that scatter explosive devices. The enemy is using Shahed-type kamikaze drones equipped with poisonous substances to strike Ukraine.
There aren't enough Patriot missiles to shoot down all the drones, not to mention the cost. That's why Ukrainians needed an air defense system that was both high quality and affordable, and even better if it was domestically produced. And all of this had to be done in a very short time. It would seem like an impossible mission. But when it comes to Ukrainians, they prove once again there's no reason to doubt them. So what is this unique Ukrainian air defense system? What are its capabilities and how much does a single shot cost? All this and more coming up in just a moment. This weapon isn't exactly brand new. People started talking about it at the end of 2024, but only now has video from the field tests appeared for the first time. Meet the Ukrainian combat laser Trident. It's capable of destroying all types of aerial targets, planes, drones, missiles, and even aerial bombs.
The very fact that we have such equipment, which, to be clear, is not yet in practical, scalable use in any country in the world, gives us the opportunity to be the first country to deploy these technologies on a large scale.
So the laser itself isn't exactly a new development. For example, in March 2024, the UK released footage of successful tests of the Dragonfire laser weapon, also known as Dragonfire. However, they only plan to put it into service in 2027. And we can't really discuss it in detail since all the important specifications of this British weapon are classified. The developers only hint that their laser can hit any target it can see. It sounds promising, but lasers have a number of issues, and no one understands this better than the Americans. The US has been developing similar weapons for a long time, and since 2022, one of these systems has even been deployed on an American destroyer. According to the plans, it is supposed to destroy small boats and drones, as well as blind optical sensors on enemy aircraft and ships. However, the media reports that the US is not using it, at least not during operations against the Yemeni Houthis in the Red Sea. And the problem is simple, but by no means trivial. The system is complex, and servicing or repairing it on a destroyer is far from easy. As a result, this advanced weapon sits idle. Israel is the closest to actually deploying a laser. The Israeli company Rafael demonstrated its Iron Beam as early as the beginning of 2014. In 2022, a series of tests was conducted, reportedly successful. And at the end of 2023, local media even reported that the Iron Beam carried out the first combat interception in history, allegedly shooting down a mortar shell. However, at that time, official sources did not confirm the use of the new system. Undoubtedly, there are certainly many who wish to use the Death Star, but according to official data, no one has succeeded so far at this time.
China is trying to develop similar strike systems. They have such projects in development. Russia, by the way, has also tried to show off its laser weapons, but to this day there is not a single confirmed fact that it has even come close to achieving any basic parameters or basic capabilities for producing something similar, even as, let's say, a conceptual project. No.
Now is the perfect time to return to Ukrainian development. The Trident may be the first laser to change the rules of the game. If footage of the tests has been shown, it likely means developers and Ukrainian authorities feel optimistic. The Trident can destroy attack drones, aerial bombs, and missiles up to 3 kilometers away, and helicopters and airplanes up to 5 kilometers. These are not all its capabilities.
The combat laser can blind drones, cruise missiles, helicopters, and airplanes at a distance of about 10,000 meters. This is remarkable. It should be noted that although the laser is equipped with an electro-optical station, targeting was carried out manually using a joystick rather than automatically, which indicates that at this stage, the combat laser is still being refined.
Nevertheless, it can already be said that the Ukrainian development is better and more powerful than the British one.
For example, its British counterpart, if we can call it that, actually uses a laser beam with a power of up to 55 kilowatts and focuses it through 37 separate channels. So these technical specifications suggest that the British laser can engage targets at a distance of about 1 kilometer. Accordingly, if the Ukrainian development can engage targets at a distance of up to 2 kilometers, then apparently we can say that the tactical and technical characteristics of the Ukrainian know-how, I'm not afraid to use that word, a laser beam with a power of about 100 kilowatts.
But the most appealing thing about laser weapons is the price. For example, the developers claim that using the British laser for 10 seconds costs about the same as running a regular electric heater for an hour. In terms of numbers, on average, one shot costs 10 pounds or less than 500 hryvnias. Let's say the Ukrainian system is twice as powerful, which means it's twice as expensive. So a shot would cost up to 1,000 hryvnias. That's honestly just pennies, especially considering that a single interceptor missile for air defense systems costs several $million. What do you think about the new Ukrainian weapon, and do you think it can change the course of the war? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and be sure to subscribe to our channel. There's a lot of interesting content here.